Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the next demo. And in this demo, we will talk about Hyper-V virtual switch. So let's talk about the architecture of Hyper-V virtual switch. You have a big Hyper-V server. We call it as host, and you have some physical NICs. NIC number 1, NIC number 2, NIC number 3, NIC number 4. And in Microsoft virtualization concept, we call it as virtual switch. And we have three kinds of virtual switch type. One is private switch, one is internal switch, and one is external switch. So what is private switch and what is the best practice? If you build a best practice, one physical NIC we always reserved for management purpose. We never assign to the VM. Second, in Hyper-V, if you build a virtual machine, physical NICs you cannot attach to the VM. The physical NIC, you need to make a virtual switch, and virtual switch attached to the VM. And if you have another virtual machine, as a best practice, another physical NIC, make another virtual switch and then attach to VM. One virtual switch you can attach to multiple VMs, but as a best practice, you should attach only one virtual switch to the one VM so that if NIC crash, switch crash, only one VM crash. And if you divide the workload, say example, two virtual machines in a single switch, then if NIC crash, switch crash, both the VM crash, and bandwidth also it divide. That never be a best practice. So come to the point, when you make a virtual switch, you have three options: private, internal, and external. If the switch is private and attached to three VMs, only VM can talk. So I'll mention here only VMs can communicate. They will not communicate to the host. They will not communicate to the any other virtual machine or any other physical host as well on the network. It's for idle for isolated test environment or cluster communication. So it connects only VMs each other wherever the switch is attached. If the switch is external, in that case, all the VMs attached to the virtual switch, they can communicate, plus it communicate with the host. So if it is internal, all VMs where it attached, it communicates along with the host. But if the switch is external, it integrates with a physical NIC, it communicates to all the machines on the network. It's in the production, we use physical or external switch. So they can talk to all the VMs on the network, including host, including some other virtual machines as well, or physical host as well. So summary, as per the best practices, we need dedicated NICs to create a virtual switch, and especially in external environment. Internal switch we normally use for the NAT configuration, host configuration, and private switch we need only isolated, maybe a testing environment, maybe a cluster communication we use this private switch. Let me show you a demonstration. So I have a Hyper-V on Windows 11, and let me show you how many NICs we have. So I have a LAN switch, LAN NIC. One is the default switch for the Hyper-V, and one is my Wi-Fi NIC. So total you can say 2. This is a default, just leave it. So right click on the virtual switch manager. So default always be there. So say example, I want to create a physical switch. So or external switch. So external switch, this is my prod switch. So when I do a prod switch, they always ask me, is it linked with my Wi-Fi or my LAN? Depend upon whatever the switch or whatever the NICs we have. Say example, Wi-Fi for the time being. Allow management operating system to share this network adapter. So I have a switch. And this is switch already connected to my backend Wi-Fi network for the time being. And if all the virtual machines, if I attach this switch, all three can talk, and it can talk to my backend network as well because we have a physical NIC. So similarly, depend upon the requirement, if I'm going to make a isolated switch like internal switch, never ask any physical NIC. So it's like a virtual, and only VMs, wherever we attach this, only those VMs can communicate. So I hope this information is very informative for you, and we'll connect on a next demo. Thank you very much.